This is where the professional accountants get knowledge, get to understand what you should do in the market, what are the skills you need to develop as an accountant for you to gain momentum in the industry. So like our live session, let's also do share to our friends so that we can get to know where to start and where to end. Remember, accounting is not like environmental course. Accounting is we can call it a universe course. Why am I saying it is a universe course? Because you require in every corner of this world, whether in the hospital, you require accounts, whether in your house, you require accounting. So me as a CPA, I can comfortably refer account as a universe because it is everywhere. It is everywhere. It is everywhere. And if account is everywhere, if this account is everywhere, what are the some of the concept or the common basic thing that each and every individual should understand? Number one, we talk of budget. We talk of budget. Number one, we talk of budget. We talk of budget. Because that's what I'm saying, accounting is a universe, which means in every household, they must do their budget. In every household, they must do their budget. Even individual, not even their house, leave alone their household. Even the individual, it's he or she should do some of the budget. Like this month, I'm going to spend this one on transport. I'm going to spend this one on entertainment. I'm going to spend this one on maybe black task or sending this amount to the relative, right? I'm going to put some of this money into the investment side. So you see the thing that you should know as an individual or as an accountant who practice is that budget. So each and every person should know about the budget, right? Even the nation cannot run without a budget. Even the nation cannot run without a budget. And in account perspective, but I don't want to go deeply in account perspective, but I want to be just at average person. We have so many type of budget. We have the master budget. When it comes to the company or the corporate, the master budget is the overall budget for the company. And then we have the budget, the specific budget. We have what we call the rolling budget. Sorry. We have what is called the rolling budget. The rolling budget is that you prepare this week a budget, and then after 1 week, maybe there is some other adjustment in the expenditure side or in the income side, and then you do adjustment in that budget. So it is a rolling budget. It is a rolling budget. Once you see the adjustment, you do adjustment, right? That is the one of example of a budget. We have the cash budget. And as a company, how do you do your cash budget, right? Because this cash budget will have to determine your cash flows. So we will see how much is your cash flow or where can we get our cash flow before we start even preparing this budget. We need to know the source of cash. And in every person, remember, a corporate is a person, is a artificial person, not a natural person. So when you are doing the cash budget, you must identify the main source of cash. The main source of cash, if you are in business, is by selling product. So if you are selling the product, you can be able to get cash back from selling what you have as your product. And then another way of getting source of fund, because this is the thing which you're going to factor in when preparing that budget, that cash budget, is whether you are getting this cash from loans and friends. The loans and friends. Remember, when we say loan, We can get loan from relative, friends, and also the financial institution. And then because for you to have more liquid, because this cash budget is the one which will help the company to have the staple cash so that they can be able to what? To finance its operation activities. Remember, there are people who don't want even to know whether you have the cash or you don't. They don't even want to bother where you are getting this cash. They only need their money. A good example here is employee. Employee is a kind of a person who need his money or her money to be deposited in his or her bank account without knowing where is this cash coming from. The owners of the business do suffer a lot. You guys, maybe you don't understand this. You are seeing those shareholders of the company coming with a big cars. You thought they are enjoying what they have. No, they have a lot of a task. Those people, they don't sleep. Let me tell you, they don't sleep because they have a lot, which a lot is the cash, right? They have a project, they have a debtor to be paid, a creditor to be paid, which they have supplied goods, and these goods are due on date 15 of this month or the next month, right? They have to pay employee on constantly basis. They have to pay the government in terms of taxes. They have to pay the license with the respective, if the manufacturing company, they have to pay the license to the what? KMA, Kenya Manufacturing Association, and other association. And all these, it requires cash. It requires cash. That's why in this case, cash budget is necessary. Cash budget is necessary. And how do you do cash budget? Number one, you don't need to pay all your suppliers at once. You don't need to pay all your suppliers at once. Remember, increase in payable increases the cash inflows. If you are prepared a cash flow statement, you know this thing. Whenever there's an increase in payable, there is an increase in cash inflow. So you don't need to pay your suppliers all in one at a time. So maybe this month you can decide, I'm going to pay a quarter of my suppliers, right? So that the people also who hold back your cash is your debtors. So you have to sit down with the credit controller of the company and check which other mechanism can we employ so that we can be able to collect cash from our debtors. I also remind you, if you have ever prepared the cash flow statement, increase in debtors, or in simple term, increase in the balances of customers, do have the cash outflows, because customers are holding our money instead of paying us. So we have our money outside. Instead, we accumulate it in our bank. So one of the major thing also you need to manage is the data. You need to manage data very well. So make sure that you call them on due. When the invoices are due, call them to pay, right? Remember to generate the statement of accounts every month. Send them so that they can't get reminded, oh, this person needs his payment. Because if you don't remind them, they will not pay you, especially if it is not a recurrent customer. Those customers who are not recurrent, and then I recommend you should say there is no credit terms for one-term customer. There is no credit term for one-term customer, and that one will enable you to manage that cash inflows. Because if you don't have those credit term policy, that customer can decide to take goods on credit and went missing. You will end up writing them as bad debt, and you had a capacity to manage them. Or if you saying that if I don't want to give them, if I don't want to tell them to buy on cash basis, they will disappear. You can introduce a nice policy, an enticing policy. It's look like you say it like, if you are a new customer, you pay at least 90%. You pay at least 90%, so that that remaining 10% can be written off as a bad debt. It can be written off as a bad debt, which you will be able to maintain your cash. Remember, cash liquidity is very important. If you don't have cash, your employees will loot your company. They will take whatever they can take to get what they feel it is equivalent to their salaries. So it is good to manage this cash flow, and this cash flow is through budget. Another thing you should be identifying in the budget is the recurrent expenditure. So make sure that you have identified the list of the recurrent expenditure. You can pay them in advance. When you have enough cash flows, you can pay them in advance or a prepayment, even if it is a 3 months prepayment or a 2 months prepayment, so that you can save the problem which is coming. Before it faces you, you have already get the solution. So identify the recurrent expenditure, pay them in advance whenever you have cash. Then another one is when spending the petty cash. Most of the companies don't see spending of this petty cash. It costs a lot of money in the company, but it's look like something, these are petty cash. It doesn't have the much impact on the cash or the liquidity position of the company, but it has. Why? This petty cash, you are paying small expenditure, especially if you are buying stationaries. You don't want to buy the stationery in bulk. Remember, if you buy stationery in bulk, you'll be able to get some discount. This discount will save you on cash, rather than buying them on individual or one by one item. That one by one item sourcing from different supplier, it is much expensive and it will cost you more. So that is the one of the things that you as an individual who running the company, or as an accountant who is there managing who is the FM or the financial manager of the company, should be able to advise your boss accordingly, so that you can save that company. Remember, when the company does well, you also enjoy some benefit like bonuses, right? Because the company is doing well. But if the company is going in that direction of liquidation, then also you will find that they will do some what is called the retrenchment. They will do the retrenchment so that they can also save on their salvage, right? So that is the one of the thing I wanted today to talk about, the budget. And if you have any question regarding the budget, let me know there in the comment section. And guys, let's promote our channel by just liking. We don't even need I don't need even to require more from you, even to the subscription. But if you feel like appreciating our channel, you can like our channel. You can also subscribe and click that notification tab, so that whenever we post anything which it will help you, you will be notified. We talk a lot here regarding the taxes, the skills, the current finance, or the current policies. So that is the one thing, budget. Another one is the compliance. Now, compliance, I wish I knew these people we are in this page now. Are you accountants or you are a business owners? If you are an accountant like me, we do experience most of the challenges when it comes to the compliance. when it comes to the compliance, especially if you are being employed, in a family owned based business. If you are in a family owned based business, this compliance is very challenging. Because that guy or the owner of that business don't want to be open, or they don't need transparency in terms of finance, right? So you realize that you accountant, it's now they shift that challenges from them to you. A good example, the owner of the business, you are paying him or her a basic salary of 80,000. So as per the payroll or the income tax policy, that 80,000 should be subjected to the what? Pay as you earn. But these guys don't want to that 80,000 to be subjected in the pay as you earn. Instead, they want that 80,000 to be paid pay as you want to be paid half of that amount. And yet, this 80,000 will be paid through the bank. And you have declared 40,000 to the what? Respective authorities. A good example is the Revenue Authority. So you have declared to the Revenue Authority that I've been able to pay this person 40,000 as his basic salary, which you had calculated the pay as you earn on that 40,000. But what will goes out of the bank is not the 40,000. So now it gives you an headache now as an accountant. Which policy do you adapt? Do we adapt accounting policy and the finance policy, or we adapt the owner's policy? That's now when you get a lot of challenge working with the what? Family-based business, or those people who don't want to comply. And me, if you employ me, you don't want to comply, or you source our service as a consultant and you don't want to comply, I better leave with good faith without compromising my integrity. Because if you proceed to do that, and you are a licensed accountant or the finance officer, what will happen to the institute? The institute can cancel your license or practicing license in the name of saving the owner of the business. So it is good when it comes to the compliance, take what the laws requires and do as per the law, or do as per the accounting principles, because most of the owners, they interfere with the integrity of the accounting system, even the accounting system itself. You find that you as a finance manager or as an accountant, you have tried your best at least to institute the internal controls in that company, but you will find that the first person to override that internal control is the owner of the company. A good example is this. Maybe according to your control, you said there is no payment without approval, or all payment should be done in the finance office or in account office. But what happened? The owner, in the midnight, they will decide to pay something in the midnight without informing you. They will only come on board to tell you that, oh, I paid this one, when you are doing audit. Will that be irrelevant? And then now you are giving me that one. That's right. Where will I get the supporting document? If you try to get the person who received that amount to send you the invoice or any supporting document, they will not send you, because already he or she has received the money. So when it comes to the compliance, it is very rigid and it's very difficult for accountants to deal with those companies which they don't want to comply. And maybe if you are one of them who have experienced this challenge, you can kindly comment on the comment section there what have you done, and did you get help, so that you can at least help one or two or one of us. Yes, because accounting is something that is good when you find that every party is cooperating. But if you are the only party who is cooperating, then it's very challenge. It's very challenge. And we as accountant, we don't have anyone to share this a lot of problem. We keep on holding this problem. No, you have to share this problem, right? Or if you don't want to share this problem, call that your boss. Don't fear your boss, right? Don't fear your boss. So tell him or her, let's do the right thing. And if you can't see you can't do the right thing, that me, I will not be able to continue with doing what is not supposed to be done. Because that even that guy, it will feel like you don't know accountings, or you don't know what you are doing, because whenever he does his compromise, you accept. So between him or her and you, who is a professional? Is it the owner of the company or you? The owner of the company is an entrepreneur. He has already done his part by identifying an opportunity and actualizing that opportunity into business. Now they need the expert to manage this business. He will not be able to manage the business itself. He needs an expert. That's why we have a secretary in an office, we have an HR, we have a production manager, we have a finance manager, right? Because those people are not entrepreneurs. They are there to exercise their expertise. So that one of the things that I wanted to share, that is the budget and the compliance. And now this compliance, it can cost you to lose a job, or it can promote you. If you provide more advice to your boss, and then he will accept, you will say, oh, this guy is so matured in terms of law, and he has good faith with our company. He want to save our company in one way or the other one, then he can promote you. Another one will say, hey, this person is arrogant, you don't want to listen to what we are saying, and then he can fire you. So you have two possible outcomes: either they can promote you or they can fire you. Then, so how do you protect yourself? How do you protect yourself? How do you protect yourself? Not only accounting people, even in if you're working in a sales department, if you are in a HR department, in your procurement department, remember each and every field, they have their own policies and they have their own handling procedures, or SOP, standard of operation. So how do you protect yourself as an individual? So the best way to protect yourself as an individual is to be advancing on your career, or having or skills development. So make sure that you are enrolling in these small courses to elevate your skills, so that you don't remain, because that is the challenge. You find that someone has been employed for 10 years. He or she has 10 years experience. But if you try to interview, you will be shocked. For that 10 years, he or she has been doing invoicing, nothing else. So he only knows invoicing. He only knows the invoicing. So if you lose that job today, the only thing which he knows is just invoicing. They don't know other part of the account. They don't know the taxes, the budgeting, the accounting, is just no invoicing. So it will be a challenge. It will be a challenge. So comfort zone is very bad. Comfort zone is very bad. Yes, sitting in that comfort zone is the one which will make you to regret. So make sure that if you are in comfort zone, have a small budget. Let that salary you are being paid at least take a little amount. Go to this online colleges or online courses, do 1 or 3 skills which it will be added advantage on you, right? Even if you don't want to do some courses, make sure that in that office you have been employed there, try to learn everything. Don't just sit in your station and say, I've been assigned to do this and this. No, try to be a someone who can chip in the procurement department, know how he does 1 or 3 things. Go to the sales department, know how he does the sale finance, right? So that you can be a rounded person, right? So as you do so, you are aiming to start your own consultancy business, because you cannot run a consultancy based business without having all this knowledge. Because if you are in a consultancy business, you nobody does the marketing for you. You are the only one who will does the marketing, right? So you must know how to take your phone, call a client until you make that client to pay, right? So once that client has paid, you need to know how to raise the invoice to that client. How do I account these sales I've made, right? How do I manage these data? Because in a consultancy based business, and especially a startup business, you must have all the prerequisite knowledge. So it is good to start from the employment first before shifting, but from that employment perspective, you should be able to be what? Molding yourself. So I have more to talk to, but today we are going to stop from there, and kindly subscribe to our YouTube channels. And also we teach accounting courses. If you are still doing your degree or you are doing your CPAs, we do over the online courses. We also do over the online courses for accountings, practicals accountings, governing the accounting softwares, QuickBooks, Sage, Pastels. We also trained iTax or the tax, how to file the returns, how to account for those taxes. Also, we do the consultancy or bookkeeping for our clients. And also, if you are one of our prospective client who has a business and you want sort of the management in terms of finance, then also we are available. So if you go to our page, you will be able to see our website and also our contact, and you will be able to, if you reach us, can be also able to give you whatever we can't give. So don't fear, but the more importantly is make sure that you are commenting and liking our channel. So thank you guys for having sparing your time to listen to us. We don't want to lose, or we don't want to feel like your energy is wasted. No. So make sure at least today you get 1 or 2, 3, so that it can help you in one way or the other. So thank you guys, and have a wonderful day, evening, night. I know we have this world, the time is not the same. Africa different, Europe different, Asia different. So whatever the time it is, then you can't enjoy it. Bye bye. Thank you.